Hey guys, I'm Voylin, and after a lot of requests from my subscribers, I'm finally reviewing Glossika. And my first impression wasn't really great. When I tried to register for a new account, I already ran into some trouble. Every time when I tried to create a new account, I got taken to the login screen. So I thought okay, maybe it got registered and now I have to log in. Nope. For some reason it didn't want to work at all. After a lot of trying, finally it worked and I was able to log in. Yeah. Then I used it for a bit and then I got too busy with work, so I had to skip some days. But I thought we'll be fine. Apparently not. For some reason, I don't know why Glossika does this, but the trial period is only 7 days. So yeah, after using the app and like for a day, I had to skip some days and then I couldn't use it anymore. So I thought my own fault, let's create a new account. So this is the recording from this morning, me trying to create my new account with another email address. Everything goes fine, so I see all the languages to select from. I select Japanese because I want to learn Japanese. I suddenly have like a test to see at which level I am. I'm at B2, which is the upper intermediate. Like you have A1 elementary, A2, B1, B2 and C1. C1 is advanced. But with the pre-test that you have to take, you cannot directly get to advanced. So still, I won't really call myself an upper intermediate at this point. So Glossika is quite good at flattering me. But yeah, so new account, and then I clicked on learn new items to start learning, and your free trial has ended. This is a new account. I even got a mail saying okay, thank you for creating an account. Use your free trial to see if you want to pay for this or not. And so, like, right now I'm stuck with one account that I was able to use and a new account that I haven't been able to use at all. So I'm sitting here wondering, like, what do I do now? Like, I made that new account this morning and I waited until my wife went to work so I could record, and now I'm kind of thinking, like, do I really need to create a new email account just to try out this application? But I want to make a video about this because, like, it's kind of a good, like, when the time that I was able to try it, I really find it a good application. So I was like, okay, let's try a new account, but let's start from zero and show you the whole process, because maybe it will happen again that I register and it doesn't work again. So far I've had only trouble with the site, and like one day that it worked. But at that day it didn't even work. Like it took me like 1 hour, 2 hours to finally register an account. By the way, for all these issues I've been sending mails to the support. Until this day, which is 2 weeks later, I haven't received a single reply. I started in the beginning of January. Today we are the 30th of January. Not a single reply. So that's definitely a con. So what I will do now is use one of my older email addresses to create yet another account. And hopefully that free trial works this time. And then I will go over the layout and how it all works. But I really felt like I had to include this into the video because having trouble with 2 accounts, so that doesn't really bode well for my next experience, for like most people their experiences. Let me quickly create a new account. It did it again. I registered for a new account and it just takes me to the login screen. I don't get a notification or something that I will get a mail. Like, let's see if I get a mail this time, but last time I didn't get a mail. Refresh, 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 refresh. Let's open a new browser and see if maybe it's just late. Maybe it's like there's some delay in the mails. Okay, maybe my spam folder. So winonlynow.com. Nope. Adult dating. Nope. Local dating. Nope. What is so... I'm not really sure how to do a review about this if I cannot even register. Again, this is the exact same problem that I had 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago when I tried it with my normal email address. Okay, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's try again. So sign up. My email address is correct. Let's enter a password. Sign up. It again takes me to the login screen. Maybe I've already created an account, so let's forgot your password. Email address. Okay. Too many requests. I also got this the first time. I don't know why. I don't know what to do now. Let's create a new account with another email address. Yeah. So Glossika. So sign up. Let's enter the last email address that I have. If this doesn't work, then I just give up. Then it finally works. Okay, let's see if I actually received the mail now. It's kind of difficult looking because my camera is in front of my screen, so... finally, okay. Voylin, 4th try. We can finally start reviewing. So start my training. I verified already, why? Like, I kind of knew I would have the same problems again. That's why I wanted to record this. To show you... Like, this shouldn't... Like, later on in the video you'll see why I'm kind of like frustrated that this doesn't work. If you see the price of this. Okay, so I think I'm finally verified, so... How many emails will they send me? Finally, okay. Let's finally get started. So, Japanese. So, I want to learn Japanese. I've already learned some. Okay, and just like last time, I'm apparently upper intermediate. So finally, we're able to start reviewing and actually using the application. So you basically have your English sentence, and then you have the Japanese. You can have the phonics transcription, furigana, pronunciation, iro. You can basically see all the information that you will need. In the settings you can also change like the speed at which is being talked. We also have the new sentences that we're learning. Report the problem, guide and tips. Well, report this sentence like so far, customer support. Yeah, kind of like a joke, this button. No, let's remove it. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'll give this a go. And like basically you keep having type original script or transcript. So I'll do this first thing and then I'll get back to you. So see you in like a second. Okay, so I just ended up skipping it because I just realized like I've already done those things and I don't want to waste any more time on this. I've already been struggling here for like over an hour. And I already have the experience of using it, so let's go over the menu. So this email notification is very helpful that it's on the homepage because this one goes off in an instant. Your sign up gift has been delivered to your inbox. Okay. Okay. Where's my inbox? Which inbox? My mail address? I don't know what it's talking about, but I can't find it. So let's just keep going. So we can add a course, and somebody told me that there are a lot of like Cantonese, well, kind of a language on its own, but apparently you have a lot of variations on Chinese. I don't even find normal Chinese here. Chinese Taiwan, Chinese Beijing, Cantonese. You have variations. So here you see your progress of how many new words and how many items that you reviewed. You can retest as many times as you want to see if you're at a higher level or lower than you began with. This also gives like an explanation of like A1, elementary, A2, upper intermediate, your memory, all the things that you've learned so far, all your skills. During the reviewing you also have the option of recording your own voice to see if you like pronounce it correctly or not. Review, learn new items. And then we go to memory. Here you see all the things that you've been learning so far. For me it's only one. But then we go to topics, and this is something I find kind of helpful. You can select which things you want to learn and which things you don't want to learn. So if you think like, okay, I don't want to learn anything from business, just remove the whole business. Culture, I don't want to learn anything about culture, or I just want to learn customs of the culture. I will only learn about the customs. Everything is nicely divided into different topics. So it's easy to choose like, okay, I like these things, I like these things, I like these things, and I don't want to learn these and these and these things. Furthermore, you have free downloads, you have guides and a blog. Under free downloads, there is a book of Japanese for Japanese pronunciation and kind of grammar guides. This is just another way to get your email address to send you mails, newsletters. So I'm not going to use that. But if you're new to studying Japanese, you may want to pick it up and just disable the mail afterwards. So you have some free resources. Which brings us to my last point. Like, there's really not that much to say about Glossika. It's a great tool. Very useful. Has SRS and everything that you basically need. The moment when you click on upgrade, because you only have a 7-day trial, which is really not enough in my opinion. Most applications give you like 30 days, which is a lot more reasonable, but for some reason they are very confident and they only offer 7. But then we look at pricing, and that has been like, same for Pimsleur, my last review, like pricing of these language learning apps are kind of like a joke. They're really, to me, it feels like they're making a big joke. So this is $30 a month. If you go annual, you get $5 off, which is still not cheap. Well, right now you get 2 months free with an annual plan, but still that's over 100. Well, wait, no, that's like 240 a year. But the good thing is, if you are a student, you get 55% off. Then it becomes a little bit more reasonable. Like, this is not for one language in specific. Like, you get all languages available. So I really think that's great. And what do you get for having a plan? Get personalized content. Listen to real recordings. Get unlimited practice. Switch modes anytime. Learn more and forget less. Track weekly progress. Basically, after your trial, you won't be able to use Glossika at all. Everything gets shut down. So basically, these plans just include the site. Being able to use the site. There's nothing that you can say from, oh, after the trial expires, I can still do this, and this. Nope. Nothing. Okay, so I think I've talked enough about this website. By my face, you probably guess what I think about the website. So let me first tell about my pros and my cons, and then my conclusion. Because as high as the price is, as many troubles as I have with the site, I still think it may be useful for some people. Because it's a great website once it works, once you are finally able to get an account. So pros, number 1. There are many languages available. So even if you like spend money and start learning Japanese and later on you decide, Korean is more something I want to learn, switch. You have the opportunity, like you're paying for it anyway, so try to do both and see which fits you more. 2. Easy to use interface. Like, okay, the login and the register screen is, yeah, but the moment that you get on the site, everything is very easy. There are no complicated menus. That's why this review is not really that long in terms of showing you the Glossika website, because there's not really much to it. It's a very good resource. If you're willing to spend the money, it's very, very decent. You will learn a lot. Like, sentence mining is one of the probably the most useful things you can do instead of just learning normal vocab. Good point number 3. It has SRS, and that's in my opinion, like a very big deal breaker. If it doesn't have SRS, I easily switch off and don't use it anymore. Anyway, so yeah, SRS, spaced repetition system, is something every language learning game, platform, website, app really needs. Another big plus is pro number 4, native audio. The audio is great, and I think that's why they're charging so a lot for all the different languages to have decent audio, and I'm a fan. Pro number 5, it's like if you're looking for something to go sentence mining, to have a very effective way of studying a language, Glossika is great. And another great thing, although small, is different topics, that you can disable the topics that you don't really want to learn about and mainly focus on the topics you want to learn about. Later on you can enable those other topics and learn about politics if you like. But now time for the cons, because yeah, first con, there's a reason why I only showed you website. They don't have an app. You will think with the amount of money they charge that they would have an app available. Nope, no app, only a website. So for people who like to learn on the go, like, you can use the browser on your phone. Yeah, it's not a great experience. Second con, the site is buggy. Like for me personally, I spent like the last 2-3 hours trying to get this site working so I could finally make the end of this review that I started like in the beginning of the month when I first used it. Con number 3, the support is terrible. I don't know if it's like only me or if they have a lot of support tickets right now, but I sent my first support ticket 2-3 weeks ago and never got a reply, and yeah, that doesn't bode well in my opinion. Like, especially for the amount of price they offer, or maybe they just help the paying members first, or only the paying members. Like, I don't know. I don't want to have any like opinions about this part, but the support for me personally, terrible, big no. Number 4 of the cons, the trial period is way too short. I think they should at least increase it to like at least 2 weeks to get like a decent feel. Like when you start learning a sentence, when you start learning a language, the first week it's like, yeah, let's go, and you're able to invest every single day like a little bit of amount of time in it. But then you have to pay, and most people give up on a language after like 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks. So to know if you're really motivated to actually keep going for the language, you at least need like 2 weeks, and that's why most sites and websites, apps, like name it, have like a 30-day trial. And then the last con, which is very obvious, is the price. The price is way too high compared to all other options which are available. And that brings me to my conclusion. So if you don't care about your money, or you find other apps and websites less useful, then go for Glossika. A great way to waste your money, spend your money. In all honesty, if you are a student, if you are able to get the discounts of a student, I say go for it. Like, for half of the price, it's a lot more reasonable. Like, it's still around like $150 a year, but that's a lot more affordable, and most people only need like 1 year. So if you're a student and you think Glossika is something you would want to use for a long time, go for it. Like, $13 a month is like the average for a decent application or tool. But hold on, because there are some cheaper alternatives compared to Glossika, which are also for sentence mining. First alternative is not really sentence mining, but just as like a quick a quick recommendation. So Glossika is $30 a month. If you would go for Human Japanese and Human Japanese Intermediate, these two applications, they cost $10. So $20 in total, which is $10 cheaper. But then you get two very decent resources with native audio as well. Without SRS, but it's basically like a book that you can read on your phone with audio. It's cheaper and it's for a lifetime, so I will say if you really want to spend money, go for Human Japanese. But if you're really into the sentence mining aspects, go for Bumpro. Bumpro is only like $3 a month and $30 a year. Like $30 a year, not a month. So Glossika, $30, you get 1 month. Boom Pro, $30, you get 1 year. And Boom Pro is also just basically sentence mining. The only thing is, Boom Pro is only for Japanese, and Glossika is for all languages. You really have to see what floats your boat the best. If you want multiple languages or focus on Japanese with like a couple of, like, it's a very great resource to do sentence mining and to learn grammar. That's my recommendation. Go for Human Japanese, and the intermediate version costs you $20 and you have it for a lifetime, or spend the same amount as Glossika for 1 month but on Boom Pro, so you have 1 year of Boom Pro, and you'll achieve almost the same result. But the only thing is, Boom Pro is less user friendly and the load times are also kind of slow. And for the application of Boom Pro, you also need constant internet connection. There's no offline modus. So my recommendation for the people who still cannot decide after this, try Boom Pro, try Glossika, see which one fits you the best. If you want to go for Glossika, look for somebody who is a student so you can have a discount. If you're not a student yourself, look for somebody. Just go to random students, don't do it. Don't go to random students on the street and ask, like, can I use your student card? I want to learn languages. Well, I'm sure some people won't mind, I guess. But yeah, after all this time of recording this video, let's make an end to it. All by all, the biggest con is the price. If the price will be lower, I will like the price lower. The website needs to be fixed with the registration. The support needs to actually exist, and maybe an application, but the application is like but the trial period. So the trial period, they need support, they need to fix the website, and they need to fix the price. Those are all, that's my advice for Glossika if they really want to become a more popular application, because so far all my reviews have basically, that I've seen over the past 2 weeks, are basically, it's too expensive. Everybody loves Glossika, but it's expensive. Unless you're the students. Then it's still kind of expensive, but it's a lot more reasonable. So, see you guys all later, and if you have any recommendations for something else I should review, please leave it down in the comments below. See you, and stay safe. And the sentence mining, it's a lot better to learn language. Bye bye!